Nightmare on Elm Street haunted the dreams of almost every young child and teenager of the 1980s with its surreal imagery and terrifying antagonist, Freddy Krueger, played by Robert Englund, the only Freddy in my opinion. In 2014, the toy company Funko released an action figure based on this now 31-year-old horror icon. What you are about to see is the unboxing of that figure. Hi there, Vision Vintage fans, and welcome to a very special edition of Vision Vintage. Because as you can see here, we have a reaction figure by Funko, a Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger action figure that I'm going to open today and unbox for you. First of all, I just have to say that this is a very special figure because I have two copies of this guy hanging on my wall in my home. And I was going to open one of these copies that, actually both of them were purchased by my brother, and I was going to open it, but then my wife and my brother both decided that maybe I shouldn't do that. And then my brother goes out and buys me a special third copy just for opening up. So we're pretty obsessed with action figures, as you can probably tell by my other videos on Vision Vintage, but this is a very special one because in 1984, there was this terrifying guy right here who apparently haunted many people's dreams. And there's a lot of these other reaction figures, and actually each week in October, I'm going to be opening one of these characters. You'll just have to tune in and find out which ones I'm actually going to open for you and kind of review. So I think we should probably get to the opening of Freddy Krueger. I'm going to use the trusty MacGyver Swiss Army knife. So what can I say about Freddy Krueger? The amount of detail and sculpting in the head is well done and really does sort of resemble the original Robert Englund. The claws also, each one of them individually sculpted. You can see they're bendable. You can see for the claws how each piece attaches to the finger. What I love here on the back of the figure are these little individual wrinkles or folds in his red and green sweater. And speaking of red and green, if you've never watched or never really paid attention to A Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984, the original, then go watch it again and see how many times throughout the film that you can see the colors red and green being displayed on the screen. Because almost in every shot, I mean, I just watched it recently, almost in every shot you will see the colors red and green to symbolize Freddy. So we cannot have Freddy Krueger without Freddy Krueger's hat. This is a symbol, a absolute symbol of Freddy Krueger. The clawed glove as well as the brown tethered hat, all of them are symbols. The red and green sweater. There's so many symbols when it comes to Freddy Krueger, this guy who haunts your nightmares. And Lord knows I had plenty of nightmares from this character. I love this little detail here at the bottom with the little unraveling of his sweater. So Freddy Krueger was always one of my favorite horror characters, along with some of the other all-star horror characters. And I love this reaction figure, and as a kid I would have killed for this. Not literally, but you know, figuratively I would have killed, I would have died to have had this particular figure as a kid. Of course, I did have a Freddy Krueger figure back then, but it was sort of clunky and strange looking, kind of oversized in a way. I had the claws, I had the Freddy Krueger hat, and even a Freddy Krueger mask. But this is reaction figure Freddy Krueger from Funko, and was released in 2014. Be sure to tune in each week in October to Vision Vintage to see a different unboxing of a different figure each week.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.